Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is really, really weird. Okay, one, I don't have my computer, so that's why I'm holding this, and that's why it's so bad. Two, I'm in my dorm room right now, and technically, they say you're not allowed to take pictures or videos unless it's just you, because if someone else is in it, they need their the other student's parent permission for you to be in videos and photos or whatever. So basically, I'm by myself in my own dorm, and so I am recapping the first day of what it feels like to be back in person in over a year. I'm not doing this for every single day. I don't even know when this is getting uploaded. This is recorded on the 6th. Yeah. It's like 9:25 right now. So basically, here's what happened. So I got here last night. Would that be the 5th? Monday the 5th. Set up my dorm room, everything, just sort of chilled. And then Tuesday, sort of when the action got started. So it started at 6:30 in the morning. I'm used to waking up at 10 a.m. for my first class, but now I wake up at 6:30. And I wake up at 6:30, and boom, thermometer straight in my face. Like, okay, so. So the RCW, residential care worker, they sort of take care of us and boss us around. But I didn't say that. I don't mind them. But anyway, so she comes in. She'd like wake up. I had my alarm set for 6:30, so when she walked in, the alarm was going off. So, and then she stick the thermometer straight in my face, like cool, okay. And so I don't have a temperature. I just woke up, so you tell me. And then she's like, if you're dizzy or anything, those stupid things like you have diarrhea or bloating or indigestion or throwing up or vomiting. I'm like, no, I just woke up, lady, chill. And so then they give me 45 minutes to wake up. So that put 45 minutes to wake up, 45 minutes to get ready. That puts me at 7:15 right about. And so what? I brush my teeth after wrestling with a package of toothbrushes. So that would it's like the first day of school, so you have to open everything. So everything's closed. You have to open the toothpaste, open the toothbrushes, the mouthwash. You have to open all that stuff. So that takes longer. And so did all that stuff. I already have what shirt I wanted to wear and just grabbed a pair of sweatpants, but conveniently I grabbed a pair of pants that had no pockets, so had to change pants. And then I just sort of chilled in my room until 7 o'clock, because this year they're serving breakfast in the dorms instead of us going to the dining hall. And I'll get to the dining hall in a bit. So we ate breakfast. It was an egg, bacon, and cheese biscuit, and I hate eggs, so I took that part off, and I just ate the bacon, honestly. The biscuit just sort of sat there. Apple juice, frosted flakes, chocolate milk. It wasn't too bad of a breakfast. And then went to get my medicine, and that sort of ticked me off. So real quick, I got my eye pills, and that I take to keep my retina detached since I have glaucoma. Wait, I can say keep it detached? Keep it attached so too much pressure doesn't build up and dislocate it. Keep it in place, basically. And so it came in a bottle from CVS. My mom put in a bottle from Walgreens with a different name on it. I think it was her pill bottle, but it just was easier to open for me. So I brought back, I had my pill bottles. It had my pills in it. And so I got to the house and they're like, oh, you can't have your medicine because of the name on the bottle. I'm like, I brought the pills. I know they're my eye medicine. So anyway, that happened. That sort of ticked me off. And so then went to class. Algebra was pretty simple. Just sort of sat there for the most part. Load up my computer. And it was, talk to Alyssa. I've been telling people nice to hear you all day since I can't see them. So you say nice to see you. Well, I can't see them, so I say nice to hear you. And we sort of reviewed slope and that stuff. But the interesting part came at the end of class, and I was packing up my stuff, and I was reaching down for my cane with my right hand, and my left hand was just sort of hanging out right here, and I scraped a good 3 to 4 inch long scratch right along my right forearm, right there. It's a little faded. That happened at maybe 8:50 in the morning, and it's 9:30 now, so it's a little faded. But that hurt. It was bleeding. I had to put on my jacket to cover up the blood. And so, speaking of which, so that was at the end of algebra. Then we went to earth science. So apparently now I'm in earth science, because before I was in biology. And so my teachers just lumped all our science classes together. So it's gonna be really interesting. We're learning about wild animals or something like that in some part of Africa. I forget what it's called. The Sedata, or I couldn't even tell you. I could probably tell you tomorrow, but I'm not doing a video tomorrow. But yeah, so that's going to be real interesting. We just sort of sat at lab tables, talked, chilled, didn't really do much. And then we went to consumer ed / history. And the reason I say that because on my my classmates and mine schedule, it said history, but the teacher and the assistant teacher, I don't even know what Mr. Whitaker, that's the assistant, and Mrs. Homer, the main teacher. They got consumer ed on their schedule, and we have history on our schedule, but we didn't have a history class today. So she's teaching us consumer ed. You know what's a want. This is back on, right?
Stop, speech off.
Okay, there was a cut there. The RCW came in here and I was terrified that she was going to catch me, but no. So the consumer ed teacher was like, what's the want? What's the need? You know, stuff we've been doing since August, but never mind, it's April. Jeez, everyone forgets stuff, but we reviewed this a week ago before spring break. What are your priorities and values? You know. So that was a boring class. We just reviewed everything that we already knew, basically, so real boring. And then went to English, and English we were learning about civil rights, and so we were supposed to be researching our project, but I didn't do that because, one, who liked research on the first day back, but two, my computer was talking about mobility or whatever and how it's supposed to automatically connect to the school Wi-Fi, but it didn't, and then my burner was supposed to connect to the school Wi-Fi, and it didn't. So basically, I don't really have a device to do work, and so that's going to be really interesting, and I just made me remember, A, I was supposed to watch a video for algebra. 1, don't have a computer, but I know to connect to the internet to do that. And 2, supposed to read pages 93 to 96 in consumer ed. And again, don't have a computer, but I know to do that. So that's what I'm telling the teachers tomorrow. And so what would I? English. So yeah, just sort of sat there bored out of my mind. But I swear I have the cleanest laptop in all of Jacksonville because it's like I would type in a few key commands. Okay, they're scaring me to death out there. And then my teacher, I would pass it to my teacher. She'd wipe it down, type in some key command, and then wipe it down. Pass it back to me. I would type in some stuff, wipe it down. So yeah, I probably have the cleanest computer in all of Jacksonville. And so yeah, that's how that works. And so I just sort of sat there the whole time, bored out of my mind. And then we had advisory period, which is really stupid. It used to be at the end of the day, but now it's 5th period every flipping day. And not like that Ariana Grande song, you know. I think that song's annoying, but I swear having advisory every day is probably less annoying than that song. Or more annoying than that song. You be the judge of that. But, so, again, just chilled in there, took my cane and turned it into a wand, and, like, Expelliarmus, and Expecto Patronum, and, you know, weird Harry Potter stuff. And we just talked about, your transition plan. Could we have to have a transition plan, even though we're all juniors and seniors? Because, yeah, I don't even know why they care when I don't really care. So, yeah, but let's get to the main part. Lunch. Lunch was really interesting. What's the most confusing is I think I went in the west door. So what? We have 3 doors. We have an east, north, and west door. I went in the west door, I believe. I was supposed to go in the east door. But they have this weird / cool system of how you get your lunch now. So before, we all just sort of came in whatever door we wanted. We had a radio playing music, and you go toward the radio, and then you get in line. Well, and then you just sort of stand in line. They'd be like, you want this, that, put on a plate, sit wherever you want. Cool. This year, because of COVID, they're doing it different. So one, you come in one specific door, and you have these mats on the floor. About the size of a welcome mat. You know when you, at your house, they have welcome mats that's like, welcome, or nice to have you at my home. You know those welcome mats. About that size. And of course, they're 6 feet apart. So the idea is that you have, I didn't count how many, at least 10, but let's just say there's 10 mats. So you have the mat, and then you have a space in between the mat. You weren't supposed to stand in the spot on the empty floor in between the mat. And then, let's say there's 5 people. You got Alyssa, Cody, Julie, and I, and, okay, who's up never heard? Jacob. Those are just 5 people I thought of. So whoever's in front of Alyssa moves forward. Alyssa turns around to Cody and be like, okay, Cody, you move up. Cody turns around to Julian and be like, Julian, you move up. Julian turns around to me and said, okay, LT, you move up a mat. And we move up 1 square each, and then I would turn around and tell Jacob to move up, and so on. That's how that system works. except when the RCWs try to do it for you, so your voice will get lost over theirs, and then the person behind you have no clue what they're doing, or the person in front of you forget to tell you to move forward. Talking about you, Jacob. Anyway, so that it's really, I guess, cool, because I'm surprised they came up with that good of a system, but also it's really stupid, I guess, that we stand in between mats, and then only one person gets their food at a time, and now we have designated seating. Like, okay, you sit across from this person, and it's just you, plexiglass, and another person. And yeah, it's really interesting. I didn't sit by anyone today. I don't know if that's because I got there late or what, but maybe I'll be by someone tomorrow, and I just don't have to talk to plexiglass for lunch. And then we get done, and then we raise our hand, and they dump our food for us. And then we go outside to this place called the Chill Zone. You have some chairs, you get to talk, social distance, of course, but you know. But it was interesting. I guess I don't know if I'll get ever used to it or not. Just moving up mat by mat, having people to tell you to move up a spot, but yeah, I don't know. And then after that, I had radio and TV. Probably it was my favorite class last January through March, so maybe it'll be the same. The teacher said he doesn't really have a plan for 7 weeks, so we get to brainstorm, and it's gonna be awesome. I got to record this 15-second clip, me talking about Mike Trout, of course, and so I didn't. And then we had to edit that, and I'm about to sneeze. God. Oh God, you know that when you're about to sneeze and when you don't sneeze. Oh, I hate it. Anyway, so that was that class, and then PE. PE had to walk all the way to the gym from the main building. So I was all the way in the basement. I had to walk up the stairs to the gym on the other side of campus. Met this new girl named Michaela, so she's nice. We walked around the track. She sort of gave Michaela a tour and sort of showed me and her, I guess, how she rearranged everything, and how because of COVID and plexiglass in between stationary bikes and plexiglass between treadmills, and then she showed us the wires outside that we use for track, and then we did a lap around the track, went inside, did some hula hoop, jump rope. It was fun. So that was that class, and then I had employability training. Now ask me why I have a consumer ed class and employability training when I sort of see them going hand in hand when I don't have a history class. You be the judge of that. Now, what was I gonna say? And then, so in that class, it was really boring. It was supposed to be me. So there's only 2 people in the class. One of us in school, that's me. One of them remote, that's Alexis. You know, my sworn worst enemy. But she didn't log on to Zoom. I swear, she hasn't logged on to a Zoom class in 2 months, according to the teacher. So it was just me and the substitute, because the main teacher is on paternity leave, because his wife, I think, just had a daughter or something over spring break, which was a week ago. So yeah, he's out for the rest of the year. So we just sort of talked or whatever, and then I had half an hour left, and I was bored out of my freaking mind. And so just sort of talked to the substitute. She's nice and everything, but yeah, hopefully do something different tomorrow. And then afterward, had to go back to the dorm and check in. They had a track and swim meeting. The synopsis of that is basically, hey, we're gonna freaking just wear you down to death, because you have practice 6 out of the 7 days of a week for the next 7 weeks. Phenomenal. Actually 3 weeks, and then another 2 more sports pits up. So we're doing track and swimming. Like, what is it? Swimming is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Track is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. 3:45 at the gym. Be there, be square. We're gonna be running. We're gonna be swimming. It's gonna be chaotic. They're gonna be getting our times and then sending those in, and that's how we're doing a conference. And then after that, we have cheerleading and goalball. So so I'm doing 5 sports this year, but only like 3 of them were for state. I did forensic back in November, and then so after 5 sports there, and then what I do? I came home. Oh my god! I came back to the dorm. Chilled in my room, ate dinner. What we had? Oh, we had some pretty good chicken tenders. They were actually good. Mashed potato, corn, the cob brownies. Talked to Ria about wrestling, so that's always fun. And then I just sort of been chilling out for the past couple hours. Talked to my mom on the phone. Went to the health center to get my medicine. This time they actually gave it to me. And then chilled some more. took a shower, and now I'm sitting here. So, as you can see, I got all my action figures here. I've been, like, I make storylines and everything with that. So I'm probably going to be doing that until I get tired, basically. I don't know. I don't know if we have the designated bedtime, but as long as we have the door closed, I can have my mask off, so that's why my mask is off right now. Other than that, we have to have our mask on at all times. If we're 10 feet apart, we get a mask break. I have not taken a mask break. I'm not really doing that. I mean, like, I'm not going to be, like, the one person that's like, oh, she said mask break, so I'm getting a mask break. No, I'm just gonna be like wearing this mask 24/7. I don't care if they say mask break or not. But yeah, that's just sort of my choice. And yeah, is it gonna be like this every single day? I feel like it's gonna get very repetitive. Very quickly. I know we're gonna be changing the subjects we talk about in classes and stuff, but I'm not really looking forward to this sports season. I'm just signing up for it to get the pins because our school has 6 sports. I got 2 of them last year, and I am getting 3 more pins this year. You get a pin for sports. Last year, I got swimming and forensics. This year, I'm getting a track, goalball, and cheerleading. So next year, my senior year, all I have to do is get a wrestling pin, and that is 6 for 6 on my letter. A letter, the big thing they send you in the mail that you put the pins on. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's the reason I'm doing this. But yeah, should be a lot of fun, hopefully. But I don't even know. So that's just the first day, recapping it. Yeah, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be recording a video. Unless something, I don't really plan on recording anything unless for the next 5 weeks, I guess, because the next 5 weeks is Mother's Day weekend when I'm recording it. I don't know when this is going up, so 5 weeks will pass before this even goes up, because that's gonna be at home, and then if we don't go home, then it will be up at the end of May or the beginning of June. So yeah, I only plan to record stuff unless something major happens, or I want to explain something or show something, or I don't know. But also could like record videos even though when RCW is not looking. So if I get an opportunity for that, then yeah, I will be doing that. But outside of that, no. Just doing the new COVID life. So can't upload YouTube, can't update my Facebook, can't post on Instagram, can't nothing. So it's gonna be real boring. So I don't know when this is coming out, but again, this is recorded Tuesday, April 6th. And yeah, I'm out. So bye.